all the latest updates, subscribe to News 9.
Hello and welcome to News 9 Digital. I'm Ashish Parekh. While the world is discussing about COVID-19 pandemic, the simmering Cold War between the United States and China, the discussion about all of that is slowly shifting towards a non-conventional method of warfare, that is using EMP weapons. Now, EMP weapons basically are electromagnetic pulse weapons that, within a matter of second, it actually destroys every possible communication system in a country. And recently there was a report that China was planning to carry out an EMP attack. In fact, in June, Dr. Peter Price, who's the executive director of the EMP task force on Homeland and National Security, had issued a warning. He had said that China was planning to launch a Pearl Harbor strike preemptive attack on the United States, and this was being planned to be done using an EMP weapon, which is an extremely dangerous weapon if you look at the past and the times during which all of it was used. And we'll discuss about all of that later on in the video, but first let's talk about what the United States is doing about this warning. As per latest reports, the Pentagon has taken this seriously and is developing technology to deter all of these attacks, and in fact they are trying to develop a technology to analyze, detect and deter EMP attacks which might take place in the future. Now basically you have two types of EMP attacks: non-nuclear EMP attack and a nuclear EMP attack. Countries have refrained from using the nuclear EMP attack, given the fact that it is absolutely devastating and could lead to destruction of unimaginable proportions. And conventional EMP attacks are something that a lot of countries have resorted to. But having said that, this also is dangerous. In fact, in 2017, the United States Senate Committee on Homeland Security and National Security had reported that a successful EMP attack on the United States would wipe out 90% of its population. And this was a scary report. Even Donald Trump had signed an executive order last year regarding the EMP attacks, and a lot of debate has been happening over the past few years, and now the Pentagon is taking serious steps to make sure that it deters all of these attacks. So how dangerous is an EMP attack? What can it do to a country, and why should a country like the United States be worried about a non-conventional method of warfare? To speak more about it, we have with us retired Air Marshal B.K. Murli, who will be telling us more about what exactly an EMP weapon can do and how dangerous it is. So, retired Air Marshal, first of all, this EMP attack that we've been hearing a lot about, how dangerous are these attacks? How much of a dent can it cause to a country, and what is the sort of repercussions that we see in case there is an EMP attack carried out?
EMP actually is a low yield nuclear device which is detonated in high altitude, and when it is detonated, it actually releases a very intense high energy waves which can cripple the nation. It can knock the power from the electricity from the power grid. It can completely cripple the communications. It can actually knock out anything that is run on electronics and computers. So which means it will push the country to the stone age, and probably because of the chaos and confusion prevailing in the country, there will be a famine, there will be riots, and it will actually result in loss of lives.
So that's how dangerous an EMP attack is. And in fact, during the height of the Cold War, back in the days, US and USSR were extensively experimenting with EMP weapons, and they were trying to push the limits of using these devices. And once they realized how dangerous these weapons could be, that is when they refrained from using them. But that was being used, the EMP weapons that were being used back then were nuclear ones, and over a period of time EMP weapons which are non-nuclear have been developed, and the sole purpose of all of these is to destroy the electronic equipments and in fact bring down any sort of communication system that a country has. In fact, when a country carries out an EMP attack, it virtually disables all the communication satellites and every method of communication of a country. So this could cause a lot of confusion in the country, could trigger riots, could trigger a lot of other incidents related to the fact that there could be a loss of life at the end of the day. There could be loss of lives in millions, as per the 2017 report of the US Senate Committee that also went on to claim that there could be a massive loss of life. So all in all, Pentagon is taking this threat seriously. The fact that an EMP attack is very much possible, and looking at the countries that have developed this technology, like I've been saying, the US and USSR were experimenting this extensively during the Cold War. Countries like China, North Korea, and if reports are to be believed, even Israel has developed this technology wherein they have the ability to carry out such an electromagnetic pulse attack on any country and bring down their entire communication system. That's how dangerous it is, and several countries are developing all of these technologies. So what do you think? Do you think it is possible that China will carry out an EMP attack on United States? And in case it does, how do you think United States will respond? Or do you think all of these are just threats that are being issued during the heights of the Cold War or in the heat of the moment by the two countries? What do you guys think? Leave behind your comments in the comment section below, and also do not forget to like, share and subscribe to News9. Thanks for watching.